Hi everyone. So it is live, right? Okay. All right then. So we'll discuss about the cell discovery and cell theory in today's session. Okay. So before that, let me introduce myself. I'm Vani Kari, biology educator at Unacademy. I'm an engineer with bachelor's and master's degree in biotechnology and a B.Ed degree. Also a founder of a startup where I grow microgreens by vertical farming technology. So join with us in Telegram for homework and class notes. You can join the channel Vani Kari ICSE class 9 and 10 biology. Okay, one second. Yeah, so class 9 and 10 biology. Then Unacademy ICSE and ISC both channels. So this Telegram channel, you can find the link in the description. So click on this link and join the channel for updates regarding the classes there. So also we'll be conducting special classes on Unacademy platform. So learn from your favorite educator for free. Engage with educators via poll. So clear your doubts. So basically, you can learn live from the comfort of your home. And the other thing is, you can learn from your favorite educator for free. And here, these are absolutely free classes. All you need to do is download the Unacademy Learners app and start taking up classes on different topics that are conducted. But here, certain percentage of topics will be covered, and we can also conduct a quiz or a poll war on a topic or maybe on a chapter, so where you will have access to, as it is a free session. So at the end of the quiz, so we'll be sharing the leaderboard, so you can know your rank and compete with your friends as well. So clear your doubts in the live special class. So there is a question tab. Okay, so using that question tab, so basically you can have a look at, just a second, yeah, so basically you can have a look at, there is a option where you can type in your question, attach an image and send it to the educator during a live session. So they'll be getting a notification that the learner has asked a doubt and will be clearing your doubts. Okay, so now you can learn live from the comfort of your home. So this is mainly for plus classes. So where the 100% topics will be covered. So 100% syllabus will be covered in here. Whereas in the previous one, only certain percentage of topics. Okay. So certain percentage of topics are covered here in this. So now for plus classes, all you need to do is take the subscription and you can learn live from the comfort of your home. Unlimited access to all the courses will be there. So top educators of India are going to take the classes in one platform, so that is Unacademy platform. Then you will have access, so as it is mentioned, so different educators will come up with their own courses. So you will have access to all the courses once you take a subscription. So depending on your preference, you can go with any of the batches as well. So regular doubt clearing session will be conducted, so that is after about every 3 session. The fourth session will be your doubt clearing session. So whatever doubts you have related to the topics that are previously covered, so you can clear your doubt in a doubt clearing session. So if not, we can discuss the question and answers as well. Okay, so exhaustive coverage of syllabus, that is complete 100% syllabus coverage will be done. Mentorship and guidance will be given. Study material is given, that is in the form of a PDF itself. Okay, so study material is given. The practice tests are also given. So for this, basically, one second. Yeah, so practice tests are given, live tests are given, and also with that, so you will have access to batch courses also. So now depending on your preference, so there is a batch in English, there is a batch in English. So now depending on your preference, you can go with any of these batches. and you can start taking up the classes. And there is a daily practice section, weekly mock test series is conducted, live quizzes are conducted, daily MCQ and subjective test series are also conducted. So now for this purpose, so weekly when we mention, so right now we have a scholar test, okay, which is happening. So you will have access to all of this once you take the subscription, okay. So now this is with respect to for class 9, the respective month is given and the respective price are given here. So Unacademy plus subscription plan at an affordable price, and this is my code Vani YT. So with this code basically you can get 10% discount on the subscription, okay. So for that what you have to do is, so go for, since this is the very beginning of your class 9, so this is the start, June is start of the academic year. So you can go with the 12 months of subscription, or if you just want to try like how exactly this works, so maybe you can try with 9, 6 or 3 months. But yes, if you are going for 12 months of subscription, so you are getting class 10 classes free, class 11 classes free, and class 12 classes free, okay. So class 10 to 12 subscription you will be getting absolutely free, along with this 12 months of class 9 subscription. All you have to do is take a complete course for of 12 months for class 9. So you will be getting 10, 11 and 12 absolutely free along with this, okay. So in the meanwhile you can prepare for that as well. So now for 12 months it is 17,250. So this is the one. So 17,250, but with the code application, that is Vani YT, so there you will be getting a 10% discount on the subscription. So now for 12 months you can just see this one. So 1,438 per month. So if you are going for 18 months, so it is 1,278. So now you can just observe this. So as you go for higher months of subscription, so basically the cost is getting reduced, and this will benefit you in a well way, because in final preparation, so for your board exam preparation, all you need to do is prepare well. So the same pattern for your class 10 is also followed. So in that case it will be a good preparation for you all, where you can learn live from the comfort of your home, which is the benefit, okay. So, yes, today's session is on cell discovery. Okay, so we'll discuss about the cell discovery and then the cell theory. So, we'll see what exactly comes under this. All right, so I'll just continue. So, now the topics that I'll be covering today. So, cell theory and cell as the basic unit of life. So, in that, cell discovery and cell theory comes, okay. So now what exactly is the cell then? So cell, when we mention, so it is actually the basic structural and functional unit, okay. So why do we say that the cell is a structural unit? So this is a structural unit we say, and also we say that the cell is the functional unit. So why is it a structural or a functional unit? Because all the living organisms, when we mention, so they are made of cells, okay. So they are made, all the organisms, so specifically the living organisms are made up of cells and hence it is a structural unit. Then what about a functional unit? So now the cell itself is performing many function. So in that case cellular respiration occurs, so there is synthesis of ATP that is happening. So lot of metabolic conversion, like breakdown of protein into amino acid, where the enzyme is secreted by the cells again. So absorption is occurring inside the cell again. So that means these cells also do lot more function. So not just a structure, but it is providing a functional support as well. So that is why we can say that the cell is a structural and functional unit of life, which you can see in all living organisms. So also known as the fundamental unit of life. So this is also called as a fundamental unit of life. Just a second. and is observed with the aid of microscope. So to see just one celled single cellular or unicellular, so you need a help of a microscope. So when a microscope is provided, so you can clearly see the structural arrangement, but not with the normal microscope. Yes, there has to be a electron microscope. Okay. So with respect to that, we can say that so this can be observed, so that is with the help of the microscope. So now you know what exactly is this fundamental unit. So when do we say that the cell is the fundamental unit of a life? So when do we say that it is the lowest level of organization? So so earlier there were only bacteria, and later on what happened? So there is a formation of the eukaryotic cell from the prokaryotic cell. So multicellular organisms started arising. So now lowest level of organization is who? So it is the cell. Capable of independent existence is who? So it is the cell alone. So performs the necessary function of life. So that is the cell alone. So cell is the fundamental unit of life. And why do we call this as a fundamental unit? Because this is the lowest level of organization. So this is capable of independent existence and also performs the necessary functions of the life. Okay, so now cell number. So we have come across many different types of cells. Okay, so this is gonna vary anyway. So there is a variation in cell, you can see. Just a second. Okay, so now cell number when we mention, so this can be both start their life from a single cell. Yeah, so that is unicellular or a single cell. So uni is what? Single. Cellular is what? So single celled. Amoeba is single celled. Multicellular when we mention, so multi is basically many. So many cells are there. So human body can have up to 40 trillion cells. Okay, so this is gonna vary with organisms. So both start their life from a single cell. So there is a formation of the cell where you can see a egg, and then you can see, so that is the female nucleus, and then there is a male nucleus, so which we is called as a zygote, which is again a single cell itself. So start the life as a single cell, so that is a zygote, and then there is a development of an embryo, toddler formation, so a fetus, infant, so that can all be seen. So now here with respect to the cell shape, so what all are the different shapes of the cell that you can find? Hi, Atharva, right? Yes, is that your name, Atharva? Am I pronouncing it right? So now cell shape is basically variable. Okay, so that is depending on what type. So you might have already come across, there is a cuboidal epithelium as such. So many of the cuboidal epithelium are arranged. So now a cubical structure formation you can see. So at the base you can find a nucleus. So there is a nucleus at the base of this columnar epithelium. So this is with respect to column like, and hence the name columnar epithelium. So now this columnar epithelium can have a brush border as well to increase the surface area mainly for absorption. Okay, so then there is cuboidal oval. Yeah, its pronunciation is atharv. Yes. Okay, so now cuboidal is also there. So the one which I have drawn is, so this is a columnar. Cuboidal when we mention, so it is just a small cell. So this is a column. This is a cuboidal. So just a cube like which is placed onto this membrane there. Okay, so now this is a cuboidal. So you can also find a oval. Then there is disc shaped like this. So these are all different types of shapes that you can find in a cell. So why exactly is this needed? Why there is a requirement of different shapes? So that is basically to carry out a specific function. So these different shaped cells are required. Just a second. All right, so in that, depending on the function, so nerve cells, so these are, yeah, so these are long and branch, so that is, it has to run from head to the legs. Okay, so in that case, nerve cells long and branch to send the signal throughout the body. Now when we talk of muscle cells, so small spindle shaped for movement is there. Okay, so if there is no proper muscle movement, so there is no proper coordination, so one can fall is if the abdominal muscles, the thigh muscles, the leg muscles are not all coordinating, so in that case the individual can fall. So there has to be a proper coordination that has to occur. So now depending on organism, so animal cell irregular or spherical, plant cells can be rectangular. So this is with respect to the shape. So there can be irregular, so just like WBCs, or there can be even slime moles are there. This is slime moles. Okay, so that is basically animal cells when we mention, so they are irregular or they can be spherical. So plant cells can be rectangular, so then there is maybe fixed or it can be changing. So amoeba can change its shape, so this is basically change its shape. And the plant cell is rigid over there. So why the plant cell is rigid? So that is because of the cell wall that is present. Okay, so now this, okay, so smallest cell is mycoplasma, which is zero point 0.3 micrometer in length. The largest cell being the ostrich egg, so which is about 150 mm to 130 mm. So largest cell in the human body is ovum, which is about 0.1 mm diameter. The human red blood cell, so this is, so 7 micrometer diameter. Okay, so now you can just see, so these are the cell range. So now when there is a cell size variation, so cell size variation you can see, so that is basically depending on the requirements. This is depending on a function and a requirement. Okay, so this is depending on requirement or the function, basically this is done. Okay, so now with respect to that, we can say that the common cell types, so there are different cell types that you can find. Yeah. So this is basically stem cells, intestinal cells. Then you can find blood cells are there, muscle cells, liver cells. Now the ones which are given here. So types of cells in the blood. So types of cells in the blood is erythroid cell, which is also called as a erythrocyte. Okay. So this one is a erythrocyte, which is even called a RBC. Now you can see this one being the platelet, so which is again having a role with respect to the clotting. So this is having a role in clotting. And now all this what you see, so this complete thing is actually a WBC. Okay, so this is WBC, which is also called as a leukocytes. All right, or WBCs, the white blood cells. So types of cells in the blood are mentioned. So there is the lymphocyte, which is having a big nucleus. Monocyte, it is having a kidney shaped nucleus. Neutrophil, where you can see many lobes of a nucleus, so 3 to 4 lobes can be there. So basophil, it is an indistinct nucleus. And eosinophil, so you can see headphone shaped nucleus with two of the lobules. Okay, so that is, they each one of them are having their own role, and that's their That's the variation that you can find in that. Okay, so now Robert Hooke observed the dead cell. So that is for the very first time in the year 1665. So who observed it? So it is Robert Hooke. So Hooke observed the cell, so that is the living cell. So now in the year 1674, so this is Leeuwenhoek. Okay, so Anthony van Leeuwenhoek, so he observed the living cells in the pond water. So that is like amoeba. So there can be even, what do we call it, paramecium, euglena. So basically he observed the living cell and he could see the movement. Here, the Robert Hooke observed the dead cells. So here the Leeuwenhoek in the year that is 1674 observed the living cell. So 1665 the observation of dead cell was done. 1674 the observation of the living cell was done by the Leeuwenhoek. Then Robert Brown in the year 1831 said about the nucleus in a cell. Then you can see there is a Purkinje. So who gave the term protoplasm? So what is protoplasm? So there is a cell membrane. Inside the cell membrane you can see a nucleus, and then there is a cytoplasm. So this was said by about the protoplasm was said by the Purkinje in the year 1839. So in the same year, that is 1838 and 1839. So it is Schleiden and Schwann. So it is Matthias Schleiden. Theodor Schwann gave the cell theory. We'll discuss what exactly is cell theory in detail. Okay, and the modified cell theory was given by the Virchow. So that is Rudolf Virchow in the year 1855, which is about the modified cell theory. So we'll discuss about the cell theory now. So this is about the Matthias Schleiden. Okay, so Matthias Schleiden, so I'll just write it here because this side I just made it. So 70-30 I did not make it, so I forgot about that, and hence this one part of the screen is blocked. So next time I'll just make the changes in there. Yeah, so this is Matthias Kleiden in the year 1838, who is a German botanist. So he is a German botanist, and he observed different kinds of cells in plants. Okay, so in your Selena textbook also it is mentioned about the cell theory. So that year, okay, so that year is very important, like when exactly the cell theory was mentioned. So each and year and every year, and along with that, so you need to know about the scientists, like from where they belong. So all that should be known. Yeah, so you can just see here. So cell theory was given by Matthias Kleiden. So Matthias Kleiden is mentioned, a German botanist he is. Okay, so your Theodor Schwann, it is mentioned German zoologist. So you can just take this German zoologist here. Okay, so this one is a German zoologist in that case. Okay, so don't take it as British here. So I'll just scratch it up 1 second. Okay, so this one is German. Okay, so it is German botanist and the German zoologist it is. All right. So with respect to that, Matthias Kleiden, a German botanist, announced that every plant is made up of a large number of a cell. So he observed the different kinds of cells in plant, and other than that, the Theodor Schwann, who is actually a German zoologist, so he made similar discoveries in animals and studied different kinds of cells in animals. So reported the presence of thin outer layer of the cell, reported the presence of the cell wall in case of a plant cell was also said by him. So he declared that all the animals and plants are composed of cells which serve as the unit of structure and function. So this in short we call as a cell theory. So having been proposed by Schwann and Schleiden in the year 1839. So Rudolf Virchow, when we mention, so that is in the year 1858, or you can see this one. So I'll just explain you this. So that is in the year 1858 made an addition to the cell theory. So here it is mentioned 1855, so it is a range. Okay, so final discovery we can just take it as a 58 as well. All right, so given by the Schleden and Schwann, so you always go according to the which is mentioned, so that is what is mentioned in the cell, so you can go according to that. So given by Schleden and Schwann, so that is cell theory. So all living organisms are composed of cells, is said by him. So cell is the basic structural and functional unit of life, is said by him, but failed to explain the formation of new cells. So in that case, the modification of the cell theory was given, so that is in the year, so but here it is mentioned with respect to Rudolf Virchow's year, so it is mentioned 1858, so you can just go according to that, and it is 1858. Rudolf Rudolf Virchow said that omnis cellula is cellula. So what is the meaning of that? So all these cells which are arising are so actually arising from the pre-existing cell. So that is all cells arise from pre-existing cell, was said by the Rudolf Virchow, where he said about the formation of new cells. So how exactly new cells are being formed? So that was said by the Rudolf Virchow, which is omnis cellula e cellula. So all living organisms are made up of cells, and the products of cell was said by him. Okay, so moving on to the next one. So this is jointly, so the question is asked here. So cell theory jointly, I think this is not visible to you guys. Is that visible? Okay, so now I think this is visible. So cell theory jointly given by Schleden. Okay, so which is given by Schleden and Schwann, did not explain. All living organisms are composed of cells and their products. Okay, so cell is the structural and functional unit of living organisms. Formation of new cells. So this is did not explain is mentioned. So Schleden and Schwann theory did not explain the formation of new cell. Then the Rudolf Virchow had to come to explain about the how exactly formation of a new cell occurs. So that is in the year 1858. Okay, so this is the year 1858, 1855 to 58 is the range where he took a time to mention about these cells. Okay, so all right then, so we have 1 second, so let me just check this. Okay, so we are at the end of this session. So next class will be conducting a session on a different topic. But for now, you can just have a look at this. So this is Guardians batch, which is all subject batch. Just a second. Yeah, so this is a Guardians batch, which is a all subject batch, and the start date is the for class 9 mainly, so 1st of June. So already few of these sessions are done, but yes, you can watch the recordings that are available, and there are many more sessions which are yet to go live. So you can attend the live session, and here mode of the delivery is English. So now the maths, physics, chemistry and biology is conducted. So if you are subscribing for class 9, so you will be getting class 10, class 11 and class 12 subscription absolutely free along with this one. So there is a guardians batch, so you can enroll for this batch according to your comfort. And mainly the PCMB subjects are covered in this batch. So level up class series, so that is from June 9th to June 15th. So this is in this year. So learn and grow this summer. So go on a knowledge heist with our top educators, so you can enroll now for the same. Okay, so this is basically the time or the date of these sessions that are conducted. So go on a knowledge is with top educators, so you can enroll now for the same. All right, so introducing community, so never miss on any update from your favorite educator. So get session notes and practice material. Share your feedback directly with the educator via poll. So check out the link to the educator community below, so that you can find here in the description box again. All right, so then also we'll be conducting a poll there, so you can take part in those polls as well. So this is Bugs Bounty, which is an opportunity for all learners to report any inappropriate content in the video. So be the first one to report a particular issue to claim your prize. Report any inappropriate content using the form in the description. So you can find the link in the description for Bugs Bounty, and also for the community, and also for top special classes. With that, so there is one more. I think it is, yeah, so Unacademy ICSE and ISC both Telegram channel link also you can find in there. Okay, so I hope this is clear. So any of you, any doubts? Okay then, all right. So see you all in the next session. So thank you all. So subscribe to our channel, that is ICSE and ISC both. Click on bell icon to get notified about the session. Like and share the video, and download the Unacademy Learner app and start taking up the sessions on Unacademy platform as well. Okay. So see you all in the next session. Bye bye everyone.